Auston Matthews is one of the most dominant players in the game of hockey when he is on his game, but this year he has not been his impressive self from years past. His stat line is very solid, but not at a level we all expected him to be at, as he sits at 31 goals, 36 assists, totaling up to 67 points in 59 games so far this season. Throughout this season, Matthews has shown flashes of dominance, moments in which he seems to just flip a switch and dominate everybody against him. But these moments seem very few and far between. Matthews has not been able to consistently play like himself from a year past, where he put up 60 goals and over 100 points, as well as taking home the Hart Trophy, Rocket Richard Trophy, and Ted Lindsay Trophy. Now, is Matthews' stats decline a sign of an unexpected decline in his career, or is it just a blip in the road for him, and we should see him return to his former self? That is the question I will be tackling today. Should we be worried about Auston Matthews? Let's just take a minute and go over a few per game statistics. Last year, he scored at a 0.82 goals per game pace, and this season, he is lowered to a 0.53 goals per game pace, which is a reduction of 0.29 goals per game, the difference of which is equal to one Vincent Trocheck this season. In terms of points, he has produced at a 1.45 points per game pace last season, whereas this season, he has produced at a 1.14 points per game pace. The difference we are looking at here is a decline of 0.31 points per game between the two seasons. The difference is equal to the production of the grizzled veteran, Paul Stastny. Now looking at the differences, I have proved the obvious. Auston Matthews is having a down season. That's it. We have solved it. See you guys next time. Just kidding. That doesn't begin to answer our question. Now, since we have figured out that Matthews is indeed playing at a lower pace, let's try to figure out if we should really be worried about his production. To show off the duality of production he has shown this season, let's take a look at a few games. March 11th, a pretty recent affair between the Oilers and the Leafs. Leafs pull out a comeback win against McDavid and his groupies after overcoming a 3-1 deficit. But more importantly in our case, Matthews registered a goal and an assist in the game. Not only that though, the Leafs produced at an 87.5% expected goals for rate throughout the game while he was on the ice, which means his team played exceptionally well while he was out on the ice. He also had 8 shots on goal and a 60% face-off win percentage. All of these stats add up to a performance we'd expect on a daily basis from Matthews a year ago. Now, on the other hand, let's look at a game from November 11th, 2022, when the Leafs lost 4-2 to Crosby and his Penguins. Matthews put up no points, recorded 3 giveaways, 2 of which were in the defensive end, and his team played at a 26% expected goals for when he was on the ice, which is terrible. These 2 games showcase the 2 extremes that Matthews plays at. But this season we have seen a lot more games like the Pittsburgh game, where he essentially disappears or adds negative value to the team. This season he has had 13 games out of the 59 he has played, where he has put up a below 50% expected goals for rate while he's on the ice. Now let's compare this season to past seasons on a more analytical level. This season is Matthews' lowest goals per 60 minutes he has had in his career, as it sits at 1.57, the second lowest being his rookie season, when he had 1.66 goals per 60. That may be expected though, seeing that his shooting percentage has deteriorated a whole 5% from this season to last, as last year he had a whopping 17.2% shooting percentage, and this year it has dropped to 12.2%. His assist production seemed to have stayed consistent though, with only a 0.04 assists per 60 minutes drop-off from last season to this year, from 1.83 to 1.79. So, his goal total has been the thing hampering his overall production. but if he were to score with just his career average shooting percentage of 16%, he would have 41 goals this season, which translate to a 2.03 goals per 60 minutes, and would put him at 77 points this season. It is safe to say, if we were looking at those stats for Matthews, nobody would be worried about his play. A very encouraging stat to see is that his on-ice expected goals for percentage this season has not wavered from last season to this season, seeing he had a 65.3 expected goals for percentage last year, with a similar 63.1% expected goals for percentage this season. This is a great sign for Matthews, and with other stats we have gone over, it seems his big roadblock this season has been his shooting ability. And that has an adequate explanation. In an article from The Athletic, Matthews revealed he had been playing through an unknown hand injury all season. He said, quote, "It just felt like something was off. I just felt not completely, like I wasn't able to do exactly what I wanted to at times," unquote. He also revealed that the injury has seemed to recede in severity recently, as he said, quote, "I think my hand and everything has been feeling a lot better, just stronger." So, if he has been feeling better recently, then that should reflect in his recent games, and it has. He has recorded 5 goals and 5 assists in his last 8 games, including a 56% expected goals for percentage, which may not look as good, but his team has gone 4-4 over that time, which means his expected goals for is better than expected. If his hand is more healed now, then we should expect his stats to average back out to his old form. So in conclusion, we should not be worried about Auston Matthews. As his hand injury clears up even more, he should be able to play out to that level we expect of him, more consistently than he has been this season. That's all I have for today though, so thank you all for watching. Check out my other videos for more content from me. Like and subscribe and have a great day.